There are 36 acres in Upper Manhattan that since 1897 have been home to Columbia and to generations of graduates. Though Columbia was already 140 years old when it moved uptown, its history and influence blossomed on the stately Morningside Heights campus that emerges as an intellectual oasis when you turn the corner off Broadway and enter through the gates at 116th Street. 116th Street, that's our subway stop. We have our own mosaic tile art with books of wisdom and torches of knowledge. For generations, students have arrived here and knew they were home. This is Columbia's Promenade. Not so long ago, it was an active street with car traffic and horse and buggies before that. Until 1953, that is, when New York City sold the street to Columbia for $1,000. And then it was closed off and became our popular throughway, our College Walk. It's been decades since Columbia's sundial actually told anyone the date. It was installed in 1914, when the class of 1885 gave it to Columbia for their 25th reunion. Missing today? The 16-ton granite ball that used to tell the date by casting the sun's shadow. It was removed for maintenance in 1946, and for some mysterious reason, never returned. But maybe that's okay. In place of that missing ball are students, friends, and faculty, catching up or just taking a pause to see the sunset behind Butler Library. Named after a college alum who became university president, Butler is home to over 2 million humanities and history texts, tucked within its famed Butler stacks. Those who enter its front doors are greeted by Athena, inviting them to a world of knowledge, or at least late nights pursuing it. While every student has their favorite nook, all relish the grandeur and quiet hum of Wien Reference Room. Here, students come to study, dream, and sometimes both. The Thinker, resting in front of Philosophy Hall, a bronze casting from the Musée Rodin. He reminds us of our aspirations to be intellectual, to be philosophers, to be deliberate, thinking humans. You may not know that Rodin was inspired by Dante and the Divine Comedy when he sculpted the Thinker. Dante, who's never left the Lit-Hum syllabus in 100 years. Alexander Hamilton stands proudly, welcoming students to his hall, home of the college. This 1776 alumnus led our nation's revolution and still had time to reestablish what was King's College into today's Columbia College. Famed for his oratory skills, Hamilton began a debate club at the college with his roommate, practicing some of his first essays with classmates. No matter where you are on South Campus, you feel her presence, both mysterious and warm. When she was first unveiled, this goddess of wisdom was dazzling, covered completely in gold leaf. And students still puzzle over the location of the hidden owl within her robes, a symbol of ways wisdom can be concealed or hidden from plain view. Did you know that Alma's sculptor later created the Lincoln Memorial and the Abraham Lincoln statue? Alma's not the only popular figure on campus. The Columbia Lion makes its appearance in both high and low places and represents all Columbians. Lucky for us, the lion narrowly beat a goat to become our school mascot during a vote by the Columbia College Alumni Association in 1910. The Scholars Lion has the biggest roar. Sculpted by alumnus Greg Wyatt, it was installed during Columbia's 250th celebration in 2004. It's fitting to come across the great god Pan, reclining on the lawn of Lewison Hall. It's hard to imagine this mythical deity in the lobby of the famed Dakota, where he was originally destined to go in 1899. Pan has had his share of travels, from the 1904 St. Louis World Fair to 120th and Amsterdam overlooking a fountain, eventually making it here, the perfect grassy spot for this impish pastoral character. The steps of Low Library in the light of dusk. It's magisterial and magical. Most of us see Low for what it is today, the central landmark of campus. But have you ever looked closely? Those columns, the lions that decorate the cornices, and the largest dome of its kind in the U.S. Here's a fun fact. Amelia Earhart's favorite spot on campus was up on that dome. Maybe that's where she got used to being high above the ground. It's incredible to think that this magnificent building was the first to be built up here on Morningside Heights, on what used to be crop fields. Architects McKim, Mead, and White really got it right. Every time you walk up these steps, you can't help but feel uplifted and completely, utterly inspired. Our home in Morningside Heights has grown and changed over the years, shaped by students drawn to this world of opportunity. And Columbia shapes us and will stay with us. No matter where you are today or where you'll go tomorrow, a part of this place will always be with you.